Hello everybody, I'm Roxy and this is Wreck Me BS. So I have a video that I really want to upload, but it requires some editing and that's why I haven't yet. So today I bring you my February highlights video. I'm very happy because I've been able to keep this up for 2 months so far this year, so I'm very proud of myself. Yeah. In February, actually, I didn't read very much. I had to do a lot of other stuff. I also got a new cell phone, so I had the opportunity to catch up on all my podcasts that I had really abandoned because my cell phone couldn't support like the platforms. And also I had to write a prologue for a friend's book. And so there were a lot of stuff that I had going on, and dancing and etc. I still managed to read the entirety of 3 books, and then I started a couple of other books. So let's get on with it. So the first book I'm going to do a full review of, and that's The Miniaturists by Jessie Birkin. This is a book that's really magical in a way that's not obvious, and it doesn't really focus on the magic, but it has this whole atmosphere. It's about this girl Nella who gets married, not just because of money, but just because it was like the most sensible choice, and she goes to live with this man in Holland in the 1600s. And this guy first is very secretive about his job and everything, and lives with his sister, and his sister is very weird, very austere, and she seems to not like Nella. So it's called The Miniaturists because as a wedding present, Johannes, he gives Nella this cabinet that's a dollhouse cabinet, and this has a whole symbolic gesture behind it because at that time dolls and any image or animal representation was forbidden, so giving someone a dollhouse was like an invitation to have dolls, and that was illegal. This is a very interesting book. Again, I think the miniatures part was kind of left hanging. It wasn't really fully realized. You could have left out the entirety of the image of the miniatures, and it gets kind of info dumpy towards the end. But in spite of that, and in spite of being quite predictable, I don't think this is a mystery by any means. It's still so good, so fascinating, so dramatic in a good way, and the writing is beautiful, subtle, very atmospheric, and it really sucks you in, you know? So I would recommend it if this sounds like something you might want to read, because I don't think it will disappoint you. But bear in mind that although this seems very magical, it's not such, or it's not as much, and it grabbed me, you know, so I gave it 3 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Then I read A Modest Proposal by Jonathan Swift, this little Penguin Classics edition that, by the way, has 3 other essays by him all about Ireland back at his time, socio-economic and political situation, and it's brilliant. Jonathan Swift is a Sass master, and more than that, I thought this really ages well. I think it's timeless. That adjective is really overused when it comes to literature, but this really is timeless because I read this and it could be applied to my country nowadays, and I'm like, yeah, this could be said of the politics nowadays, of the politicians and politics in general nowadays, and I'm like, yeah. And then I read The Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis. This one I did not like very much. We moved over to the sort of negative part of the highlights. So this is book number 3 in the Narnia Chronicles. It's set during the reign of the Kings Edmund and Lucy and Susanna, and I forget the other one, Tom, I think. Well, anyways, like the siblings from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. It's very racist, which I really enjoyed, not because I love racism, but because it really evidenced like what C.S. Lewis and like the whole of the world thought back then, because the barbaric society is based clearly on Arabs, and there was a whole political thing going on back there, and you know, that is reflected here, and that is why I enjoyed it, not because I'm a racist. But yeah, I like to see that kind of social shift throughout history in literature without the literature itself being historical literature. I think that's amazing. It's about a boy who's white and he's exploited by black people. I mean, not black, but you know. And he's kidnapped by a horse who is an asshole, and it's the best part of the book because he's so annoying. It's the only thing that keeps it interesting. Other than that, it has some religious undertones like all C.S. Lewis books, but it's nothing special. It's not like, oh my god, this is going to change my life. It's very blah. The writing is good. C.S. Lewis always writes well, but the story itself, it's very okay, let's fight, it's over, yay. Quite boring actually, but it has certain aspects that I can talk about, and that's why I chose. So I picked up some other books, but I didn't finish them. Actually, the books for these highlights are the only books I actually finished. I'm currently reading The Scarlet Letter, which is great, and I'm also reading this book called El Don. It's by a Chinese author, so I'm going to look up if it's translated in English, and it's very interesting so far. It's about like a long Chinese heritage of mathematicians. So yeah, very interesting. We still haven't gotten to contemporary days or even modern days, so we'll see how that goes. And for my trip, because I am leaving tomorrow, I hope this video will be up today, so I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to bring to my trip A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. This decision is based on weight. This is a very light book because it's a mass market paperback. It's very small, so it doesn't occupy a lot of space, but it's lengthy, so whatever happens, I won't get bored. I will never finish this in 2 weeks time, so I think that's very good. I will still have to do like a lot of work for college while I'm away, so I don't think I'm going to read that much out of it, but it's the perfect book because it offers the possibility of, you know, even if I weren't to buy any books, which I will, believe me, I will, I would still have something to read for the whole week, actually for both weeks, and it wouldn't be very heavy to carry around. So yeah, this is my choice. So for the movie part of this highlight, I'm not going to do music today. I'm only going to do movie. I want to recommend Hidden Figures, which was an Oscar-nominated film for this year, which, by the way, I was watching the Oscars live when everything transpired. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's all I'm going to say. This hasn't received that much love, and that is why I'm choosing to talk about it, although obviously it's better known than other films I've talked about. It's based on a book that I want to get. It's about 3 women that participated and really were part of the NASA projects for the whole space era during the Cold War. So they actually helped putting a man on the moon. They are brilliant women, and history has never mentioned them because they're women and they are black. And the movie is really moving. It doesn't show only them, there was like a whole team, but it focuses on their lives, and it's just amazing because I was so nervous the whole time, even though I knew how it ended because, well, history happens, of course. I was still like this on the edge of my seat. I was really nervous the whole time. They were like testing the equipment, and I was wondering like, will they get what they need to get? There is a whole story, I don't want to spoil it. And I know it was kind of overshadowed by other great movies, so I really want to urge you to see it because it's a very inspiring film that shows you can really do anything if you seize the opportunities given to you and you fight for them. That is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm filming in my house again. I love being able to sit down on my desk chair and share stuff with you. See you next time. Oh, if you want to check my social media, it's down below, and here is the eye. And also please like my Facebook page. I'm going to visit a lot of bookstores and libraries in London, so I hope I can share that with you. Maybe I'll even vlog a bit, like express vlogs. I'm not sure how that's going to transpire, but maybe it'll work. So that's it. Also got a new cell phone, so I had the... Oh my god. Okay. So, I'm not sure if he's called Johannes or Jonathan or something like that. Johannes, yeah. Johannes, yeah. And that's it. I hope I can upload this